folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Not Proud of It, and this the news brought you to my channel today. Oh yes, it has. To have a look at two Gamegenic binders. You know I'm a big fan of Gamegenic products. I have a lot. I will link to a couple of videos I made about Gamegenic products at the end of this video. But today we are talking about the Gamegenic binders I have here. Nice note when you get those binders, really cool. Have fun showcasing your cards, the Gamegenic team. Very, very cool. Always like that personal touch. We have the Casual album here, and we have the Zip-Up album, and I'm very excited about both, but I'm a bit more excited about the Zip-Up album, because the Zip-Up album is something that I've been looking for. I really think there is need in the market for a 24 pocket binder that can be zipped up, and Gamegenic is one of the few to offer those binders, so I am very curious about this one. But let's have a look at the Casual album first. The Casual album is available in, let's see, I had a look at the colors, because last time I was talking about deck boxes, I mixed them up, so I wanted to make sure. We got them in red, in blue, in green, in white, I guess, and in black. So the normal Magic the Gathering colors, but of course you can put all kinds of cards in there. Oh yes, I wanted to have a look at the price as well, because there is a price difference between those two. It's 20 euros and 99 cents. Which I guess is around the same in dollars, right? Obviously, if you go to the website from the US, you get the US price. Let's have a look. How can we open this easily? Yeah, I thought so. There is kind of an opening here. And this is the Casual binder. I'm gonna have a look at this first. That's a little bit of a shame. There's a little bit of damage here, but that's how it goes sometimes, right? A little bit back here as well, right out of the box, or right out of the plastic sleeve. But I guess for that kind of price, it's not too much to be concerned about, especially if you carry this thing around, yeah, if you have it in your backpack or whatever, it probably will show slight wear eventually anyways. Let's see, I'm gonna put this one away for a second so we can see if the binder actually lies flat on the table. That's a thing I'm always very concerned about when it comes to these kind of big binders. And the first page actually opens up really nicely. So important thing is the spine and the fact that there is not too much, how do you call this, strain on the cards once you put the card in here in the inner pocket close to the spine. And I think right out of the gate, this thing lays flat very nicely. And that, of course, is very, very cool. It stores 480 cards, if I am not mistaken. Let's have a look. Yes, 24 pocket, 480 cards. That's a little less than some of the other binders, but I guess as it is a Casual album and as it is supposed to be an album you like put your cards in, you trade, or you have to you are open to trade for, or whatever, to trade away, and you take along to an LGS. I think you don't need that many spaces for cards. I think the bigger ones are 576 pockets, and this is 480. Middle spine lies flat as well. I really, really like that. And in general, I like the overall appearance. A lot of people do not like the strap. The strap is actually, it's strong. So what does that mean? The tense or the tension on the strap is very strong. So I guess if you fill it up, yeah, this already looks okay. So this is kind of the spine here, and you see that the actual pocket is not affected by the spine, and I think that's very important, especially if you have a little bit more expensive cards in there. I personally wouldn't put my high-end cards like Power 9 or reserved list, or like cards that are worth more than 100-200 bucks in here. If I look at this and if I feel the general sturdiness of the binder, which is okay, but of course not the same as one of the more heavy duty binders. But again, the price is nice and cheap, and I think for its purpose, it does what it should do. So let's put a couple of cards in here and see how this holds up. Let's take this page. Let's see, I just got a couple of cards in here, not only Magic the Gathering, but a few Flesh and Blood cards here as well. And of course, this goes for all the cards, sorcery, Pokemon, whatever you want to put in here. These are just cards I had lying around, and those are single sleeved, I guess, not double sleeved. Yes, single sleeved. You have to be careful if you do double sleeve cards. Of course, the volume of the cards gets a little, or the volume, the thickness of the cards gets, or the card gets thicker because there are two sleeves around it. Forgive my working around finding a way to explain this, but single sleeved cards are already quite thick as well, and I use single sleeves mostly for cards. These are actually double sleeved because these are a bit more expensive. I mean, Flash, yeah, these are double sleeved, so we get a good example of that as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, that fits in nicely here. That's kind of cool. Well, no trouble there getting those in and all, not too tight. No giggities, that's not what she said. And in the end, I guess, yeah, the single sleeved cards are fitting in really nicely. And we're gonna put a couple on the other page as well, just to see how well it fills up. I like the easy side loading, sliding in the cards without any trouble. You already feel that it's getting a bit thicker here because there are cards on the back side as well, but still there is no trouble at all getting the cards in, which is nice. Let's put a couple in here, like the near to the spine of the binder, just to see how that holds up. So yeah, this of course is not filled up, but as you can see, the pages still lie very flat, which is of course what it's supposed to do, and that's kind of nice. Doesn't feel really thick neither. You see, it's not really affecting the card here. I don't know how it will hold up once you fill it up a lot more. I normally try to fill up these binders that have 20 or 12 pocket, so 24 on one page. I normally try to fill them up like 3/4 if you put a set in there. I mean, if it's 480 slots, 480 single pockets, then a set of 300 cards or something fits in nicely. Add a couple of duplicates at the back of the binder you wanna have in the binder as well, and you are where you should be. I wouldn't fill it up to like 480 cards because probably it will get really full then. I like it. I think it's very nice and light. I think the colors make it easy to identify which binder you have. I always like that if you can kind of customize a bit. I think the pages look pretty cool as well because they are in the same color or as the binder. and feeling this page being almost full, I think there's not a real difference to how the page lies down, and it's still very flat compared to if it would not be full. As you can see, this is doing well. So I'm positive about this one. Let's get the cards out here and let's have a look at the zipper binder. And while I get the cards out, I give you my first impression. Now, you already got my first impression about this binder, but I'm gonna explain a bit more what I think is positive about this binder, and if there would be any negatives, yeah, I already mentioned them as well. I think it's not cool that if you receive a binder and you receive a new binder, that it is already a little bit damaged. The plastic here feels okay, not super sturdy. It's more like a plastic outer page. The pages themselves feel very good quality, actually, same quality as the more expensive binders. But in the end, as I told you before, I think if you buy a binder like this for around 20 bucks, you know what it needs to do. It needs to accompany you because it's a little lighter as well. Obviously, it's a little thinner than the heavy duty binders, and I guess this can be called heavy duty as well because it's a good solid binder. But it needs to accompany you to the LGS. Sorry for that. It needs to store the cards you take with you, even cards that are a little more expensive, like the Flesh and Blood cards here. Great Library of Solana. I really like that one. I think there was a nice reference to the Library of Alexandria for Magic the Gathering. And I think if you're looking for a relatively fair priced binder to take along a couple of cards to put in your backpack, to color code, because as you saw, you got this one in 5 different colors. To not worry about putting in cards that are reasonably priced too much, because you got a nice way of transporting them. If you go to a draft or whatever, and like I did here, like I did a sealed deck with Thunder Junction, as you can see, and you get a couple of cards that are worth a little more, you can put them in the binder and take them home safely. So I think that is what it should do, and that it does well. I think the strap is a little bit too tight, to be honest. And I know once this is filled up, yeah, that might be a bit too tight, at least this one. Because as you can see, this is putting quite some pressure on the back page here, and probably on the front page as well. You see the actual outer page turning inward a little bit. This doesn't feel too strong. On the other hand, if you are actually trying to pull it off, and if you are, here you see it as well. It's like putting a lot of pressure on the binder. So if you are filling up the binder more, might be tricky because this one, I guess, is getting a little more loose the more you fill up the binder, but of course you don't want to damage that outer layer of cards here, the outer pockets. Might be not a good idea to do that, but I would have to fill this one up a little more to see how that works out. What kind of grade would I give this one? I don't know. Like I said, it does what it needs to do. I just had a look here as well. As you can see, Yeah, here there's a little damage right out of the packaging too. Yeah, this doesn't get my highest grade for a binder, but again, looking at the price, looking at the fact that it's a casual binder, I think it can be a nice choice if you have the right purpose for it. I would be a bit careful with filling it up too much, to be honest, because the pressure here is pretty high. And the spine, I think, works out fine, which is good because it lies flat on the table when you open it, and it's broad enough. There are some binders that have a little broader spine as well, but this, I think, is on par with what it should be. But like I said, not too thrilled about the tightness of the closing strap here. Alrighty, you're getting 2 for 1 today. Gonna have a look at the Zip-Up album, if we can open this up, which shouldn't be that big of a problem, right? Is it easier to open it up from here? Yeah, there are little stickers. Are there stickers here too? Or is this just sealed? Let's open it up from the bottom, probably easier. I'm really curious about this because I think being able to zip up a binder, protecting your collection from dust and any external factors just by not only putting them in double sleeves, but also putting the cards in a binder and then closing the binder with a zipper is very, very interesting. Oh yes, I like this a lot. It has like a very high quality feel to it, if you know what I mean. We're gonna have a look at the price and the it's the Zip-Up album and the colors it comes in. This one is red. Oh, they got Star Wars as well. I have to get this one too because I actually bought some Star Wars stuff. Zip-Up album Pocket 24. That's probably it. Also 480. Yeah, this is a little more expensive. That's about $36.99. Got it in all 5 colors as well: red, blue, green, white, and black. And I would say that's $15 more than the casual binders. So the quality, of course, should be somewhat better. Oh, I like that the edges are kind of stitched here. That's very nice. Zipper goes all the way in, so there's just a very small opening once you close this up almost completely, almost nothing. Nice Gamegenic logo on here. Back as well, no. Side, no. But I like that, it's very subtle. That high quality material is always a magnet for like dust spickles or something. I don't know. It's not that dusty here. I vacuumed, I do vacuum the game room regularly, but yeah, there's always a little bit of dust spickles. And if it's, can you hear this? I mean, getting closer to the microphone here. This is material that kind of attracts this. Let's open it up. And let's see. Oh, there's kind of a protection thing here. So the zipper has to stay open, of course, and that's good. Yeah, I think that's okay. It's bouncing back a little bit, as you can see, but that's not really a big problem. The spine here Oh, let's get the microphone out of the way. Spine here is looking okay as well. I'm not quite sure how this will react once we fill up the binder, but yeah, it's okay. It's laying down flat. Again, the color in the pages reflects the color of the binder. I like that. I think that's pretty cool, like the red. It's this kind of extra protection here. Oh, this has been poured in the zipper. Oh, kind of extra protection. Oh yes. Can leave this in here because that shows, or that reflects, the binder being filled up nicely. Yeah, first impression is a good one. If we close this up, oh yeah, that's easy. I like that. Again, a dust spickle. Yeah, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to these things. I hate that. Not the binder's fault, my fault, probably. Let's put a couple of cards in here, folks. Let's see. Let's put it in the first page, just to see if that spine is holding up as well as I hope it will. Let's try it not with the really expensive Flesh and Blood cards. Let's try it with a little less expensive Magic the Gathering cards. Let's just try to fill up those pages and see what that does for the binder. The cards slide in easily here again. Feels a bit like the same pockets. Might even be the same pockets, you never know. So that is good. Let's see. Let's put a couple of cards in here too, just to see how this holds up. Nice. Bit difficult to see, of course, because of the zipper. Let's open this up. Get this out of the way. Yeah, I think that is okay. Nice. Folks, as you saw, I put 3 pages of cards, or on 3 pages I put, technically it's 2 pages, but it's front and back, of course. I put the cards on the inner row of the pockets to see how the spine would react, and I will, if you're interested, try to fill up the binder more with cards just to see if that presents a problem in the end, because as you can see it's standing up a little bit already, but not too much that I'm concerned. But you can see it here a little bit. There's a little, of course, because there's nothing and there are cards, but we have to see if that in the end holds up well. Overall impression of the quality is extremely good. As I said, it feels very high quality. I think the pages lie flat as much as I want them to. As you can see, there's this thing, this protection in here, and even then, if you take it out, the pages should, yes, yeah, revert to lying even more flat. But I I'm gonna put this in here again just for the purpose of checking it out. I like it. Feels sturdy. Quality feels very good. Spine seems broad enough to not harm or damage the cards, even if you fill up the binder a little more. And again, if you want to see this, I can try it in another video. But I'm very positive about this one. I'm happy we could check this one out. Folks, I'm curious. What do you think about just having a look at these without having the not only the look, not the look and feel? Let's say it like this. Would this be a binder you are interested in? And I'm gonna get the other one as well. Let me get the cards out here first. That's always a thing too. Like, hey, can you get the cards out easily? And while I say this, these are very flat, so that's technically that's good. Do you maybe already use Gamegenic binders? Do you like Gamegenic binders if you use them? And if you haven't used them, would you consider using them based on a first impression here? Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious. I tried a couple of binders and I am always looking for a good binder with a zipper. So what do you think about that? Again, here I probably wouldn't fill it up to like 480 cards, but if you got like a set of 300 cards, maybe my unlimited set, you know, put that in here, seal it up, and not worry about dust getting in or whatever. I don't know, humidity. Probably it's kind of an extra protection that the zipper is going all the way around. Or are you looking a little more for something that is a bit more casual, a bit more budget friendly, and maybe not as sturdy but perfect for taking along to the LGS and putting a couple of cards in there you want to trade or whatever, or want to sell or want to buy a list? Let me know in the comments. Very curious what you think. Again, if you want to check out more Gamegenic videos, you can click like here and here. I'm going to link to 2 videos of my series trading card game accessories. It's a playlist and I look at deck boxes, binders, sleeves, inner sleeves, outer sleeves, all kind of trading card game accessories. I think it's very interesting and it's a series that is particularly popular on the channel. So I hope you might check that out, and I hope I could help you a little bit with a first impression of the Gamegenic binders here, and maybe help you decide getting 1 or 2. You never know. Stay healthy, folks. Stay frosty. Thanks a lot for listening. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.